Management Consulted. I'm Jenny Ray, the Managing Director, and today I'm going to clear up some key questions. Who are consultants? Now, this is not a question that we're answering in a metaphysical sense, who are consultants. We're answering more in the practical sense, in the way that I used to have to answer when people would ask me, who is a consultant and what actually do they do? So I'm going to cover it on three different areas today. The first will be consultants versus contractors. The second is who a consultant works for and what that means for what they do. And the third is what skills a consultant brings to the table. Now, the first one, consultants versus contractors, is a very key question because a lot of contractors call themselves consultants and a lot of consultants call themselves contractors. Consultants usually work in teams of people and they work for a predetermined amount of time for a company. Contractors, in contrast, usually work solo and they work on a limited basis, often part-time, and for a long duration for a company. So for example, a consultant and a consultant's team would usually bring a core set of expertise on a, like I said, predetermined period of time. Whereas a contractor, for example, an SEO contractor or search engine optimization contractor would bring a specific set of expertise, but they would really function like an employee, just they wouldn't give all of their hours to one particular company. Oftentimes a consultant will work directly with one or maybe two companies at the same time, whereas a contractor can work for many companies, 10 or 20 or more at the same time, providing, like I said, a very specific set of expertise. So even if you are confused in the future and someone's calling themselves a consultant, hopefully you can tell the difference now between a consultant and a contractor. Second, who consultants work for really determines what kind of consultant they are. When I was asked what kind of consulting I did at Bain, I was able to answer that I worked in strategy consulting. And the key focus of strategy or management consulting is working with the chief executive officer of a corporation. Usually the CEO has one of three top objectives that they have on their mind. Key business problems that are associated with those key top objectives are the ones that strategy consultants like Bain, McKinsey, or BCG are brought in to solve. Now, there are two tiers underneath this type of consulting, not in any way inferior to management consulting, but they are functionally very different. The first is technology consulting, and the second is financial advisory consulting. Technology consulting is very focused on implementing technology that will enable a business to either increase its sales, decrease its cost, or expand visibility across an organization. Technology is absolutely critical to any major business today, and technology consultants, firms like Accenture or Capgemini, are very focused on bringing key tools to the table that will enable a business to handle both development and also ongoing maintenance of their technical assets. The second is chief financial consulting, or consultants that work for the chief financial officer. Financial advisory consulting in particular is really focused on helping a business manage its assets, and specifically its cash, debt, and equity in order to ensure the ongoing smooth operations of the business. So they could be brought in for just consistent questions like how do we manage our cash or inventory better. They could also be brought in for longer term questions like how do we actually implement a merger or an acquisition that we're considering. So once again, the three major types of consultants are strategy consultants, technical consultants or technology consultants, and financial advisory consultants. Now, consultants bring a lot when they're bringing many things to the table, but the key classifications for what determines how much latitude a consultant's given inside an organization is the prestige or the brand that they come with, the impact that they have inside the organization, which is measurable, and finally, the expertise that they bring to the table. Often consultants are hired for one of these three things, sometimes a combination of the three. And the level of prestige, the level of expected impact, and the level of expertise that they bring really determines what price point a consultant or a consulting firm can charge for their services. So once again, in summary today, we had three key things that we focused on: consultants versus contractors, how to tell the difference between consultants based on who they work for, and what consultants specifically bring to the table. If you have further questions, please visit us at managementconsulted.com and stay tuned for future videos in upcoming